Hey everybody, welcome back to Starsector. We're around Kani, this pirate world in the Kumari Kundum system. And you may be asking yourself, largely unemployed, what are you doing around Kani, this pirate world in the Kumari Kundum system? You were just around Chris, with a whole bunch of new planets. You were right there. And two of those things are still true. I am still here, in person anyway, but I am no longer around Chris in the P. Rumpuza system, which just still, what an awful name. But I do still have a whole bunch of planets. Planets which are really losing me money right now. Chris is down to 1 stability. That's not good. We need administrators and we need them stat. Now the way to do this, right, is going to be to offload all of our non-profitable colonies to an administrator. I've already found one. They have no skills. They're very cheap. We're going to get them to run, for example, Tanami, and that's already going to push our income up by 30k. Stability is a huge factor in your colony's success. Our mismanagement penalty was at -5, it's now at -4. I'm here at Kani because I want to sell them drugs. Lots and lots of drugs. They're currently going to pay 364 per unit at an 800 deficit. We're going to dump our entire supply. 500,000 right there. Perfect. That should saturate their market. Nope, they still have a deficit. That's incredible. That's actually amazing for me, to be honest. Either way, Kani here represents something very interesting as well, in that it is a military soft spot in this system. They've got basically nothing going on. We could take it over, and it would be another powerful colony. But they've also got freelance administrators. So some administrators don't have any basic skills. This is very good. We want people who are not good at anything, because these starter colonies don't need to be, like, profitable. They just need to exist and grow, and we just need to find people who can sort of grow them for us. I'm going to offload the ones I don't really care about too much first. Are you my Gibraltar? You're the heavy industry place. Yeah, you need to actually be managed properly. Nevada, you just do farming. And you're currently not even exporting. So yeah, you can have a standard person. Tanami can be run by Abigail over here. I won't be giving names to our administrators, they're not that important. Anyway, I'm going to keep going around. There you go, now we're up to 60k already. That mismanagement penalty, man, it's so intense. We're going to keep running around until we... Oh, there's a destroyer. Cool. We're going to keep running around finding more administrators who are not very good at their jobs. Perfect, here's another one. And we're going to be sticking them on these planets. Okay, there we go. And now with just a -2 penalty, so 3 administrators, we're spending 7.5k, but we've made back 90. So it's definitely worth your time. The reason I'm not getting more competent administrators is that they cost just like exponentially more. I think getting one who can actually... what's the word? Like, who can actually like provide extra production or whatever. Why did I lose so much money that month? Oh, that was for last month. Okay, with all the deficits. Yeah. Yeah, that tracks. Oof, yeah, Gibraltar. A lot of these planets need to be taken over a bit more. Where is that? Chelseon's up there. Let's go see if they've got an administrator for me. There's a lot to dislike about some of our decisions so far, but it's okay. We have a bit of money. That was all from just selling drugs that had built up from our various variable assemblers. There's always an easy way to make some cash. I need to figure out where the nearest cheapest place to buy these is, because there's Kani is buying them for like a huge deficit, which is really good. Star Fortress Requiem by the Bultach Corporation actually does need crew. You could buy them pretty cheap and sell them elsewhere. A couple places are going to start wanting weapons soon. We have a few of those lying around. And man, we have wait, hold on. We can make a pretty significant profit here. We buy at 25 and we sell at 116. Paria in the Magellan system. Where the hell are you? Am I hostile to Magellan right now? Factions? Magellan? No, they don't even care about me. That's actually perfect. Let's load up. Let's go sell them just a ton of domestic goods. And there's another administrator here who's terrible at her job. Fantastic. Aurora, get in here. We're hiring the least competent officials we can find at this point. Okay, we have arrived at Magellan. We unfortunately had to turn on our transponder. And we made 200k. I think we spent 60. So that's pretty good profits right there. How are we doing here? Supplies, I will take them. Fuel. Oh my god, it's so cheap here. Are you kidding me? We're stocking up, dude. It's so cheap here. Wow. Alright, we're definitely stocking up on fuel. What else does Priora need? Still a whole bunch of these. Damn. Okay, so let's talk very briefly about the goals of this series. So I asked you guys in the previous episode what you'd like to see, and the response was pretty overwhelming. You want to see me take out a large chunk of the sector, Most people were quite reasonable in that, you know, they said, well, it's not really possible to conquer everything. The game will crash long before that, especially with this many colonized worlds. So instead, what if we try and just take out the sort of the big players, the Hegemony, the Imperium, the Luddic Church, you know, all the major factions that are trying to sort of run the galaxy. Tritachyon is kind of just there to, like, make some money. Some of these other factions, I'll have to look into their lore. But we could go after them one by one. We will still have to take out some smaller factions first, just to sort of build up our industrial base. But we're almost there. We're almost at the point where we can make our own ships reliably, and in decent enough quantities to actually be of value. So there's good things coming. Stick around. We'll be there soon, I think. Picked up an exploration contract to check out the system all the way up here at the very tip top of the sector. It's got a mining station, which 80k, by the way, just to explore. It was very close to where we were, so I figured I'd pick it up. And what else do we have in here? We got 17 Marines, that's fun. And another Beta Core. Okay, cool. Nothing crazy, but sometimes those can be really powerful, as we know. Let's assess the salvage. 25% bonus. Oh, it's the amount of fuel recovered. That's nice. That's cool. We lost 5 heavy machinery in that operation. That's okay. That's okay. And we got a ship component manufacturer for the VPC. That's huge. We need that. Oh my god, we need that to make our ships better. That's amazing. Okay, that alone is worth it. I think what I'm going to do right away is we're going to head to Gibraltar. 53 days left on that construction. I'm going to just queue up a variable assembler here, because that's where I'm going to want to put that that ship component VPC. And you know what? Since I'm in the area and we know this nebula is formerly colonized, we might as well inspect a bit. Now there's a sensor array. Here's some busy planets. Orbital habitat, civilian class transport. Oh yeah, baby, this is the good stuff. Vast ruins on this planet, which is on Granguguru. No wonder everyone left. Explore the ruins. I will send the info to Luddic Church. I don't really care. Neither of them like me very much. Oh god, another Alpha Core. Okay, that's another colony. Oh baby. When we switch over... Oh, and a whole exploration package. Hey! Oh, that's such a huge upgrade. Now we get fuel and supplies every month. That's amazing. An arsenal station out here. This sector was loaded, man. Okay, nanite repair module. You know I'm a fan. Some more of these. Hey, another one of these ultra shock beams. I'm not convinced I love the ultra shock beam. We've got one installed on our Paragon, and it's okay. It's not great though. What else have we got here? Ooh, a Chasso multi-ASM blueprint. Sure, I'll grab it all. I always learn blueprints, you know, right off the bat. Perfect. Dump the extra metals. Did I salvage this debris field? I did not. An ultra-rich ore deposits location was discovered. Cool. And let's perform a survey. Oh, there's a hail here. What do you guys want? A ship, a ship, a ship. There's 94 of us waiting to work for you. Get in here. Perform a survey. I'll take 100 free crew. We have some vast ruins here as well. And this system must have been, like, pretty important at one point. More domestic goods VPCs. Sensor decoy. Some blueprints packages we already own. A Myrmidon LPC. There's one fighter in the wing. It's got a lot of guns. Wow, it's a heavy bomber, huh? Okay, you know we gotta try that. Alpha Core, ship components. I'll leave the metals behind. We have to leave a bit more than metals, apparently. Actually, keep the transponics. Dump this. We don't need this many organics, that's for sure. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Is there anything else? Oh, let's go check the gate system out. That might be valuable. I really need to get the gate systems activated again. We're going to have to do the Galatia Academy quests. I don't know if that really fits in this theme of this playthrough. I might do them off camera. Well, let me know. Do you want me to do the main storyline? It's quite slow. It does take a little while for it to actually spool up into something meaningful. Maybe we could cut through some of like the early grind. But it lets you use the gates to travel between systems really quickly. That's sort of that's the big draw. Found a remnant world, and it's got a planet which has got a Hammerhead M destroyer hull. What's your built-in mod? Mayasuran Prime warship. It looks pretty fancy. We have the Snow Goose, a fast attack ship hull. We can get a Buffalo. I think we already know the Buffalo. Medusas are pretty fun. I'm gonna take this thing. It just looks kind of cool. The Snow Goose. That's what they called me in high school. 112k value. Fast attack. We're definitely picking up a Snow Goose. I want to see what we can do with that. I can't wait to start building our own fleets. It's so much fun in this game. Hey, heavy industry has been built. We are not yet making money out of it though, because we haven't had a shipment, but that's going to start really That's gonna hopefully pay for itself at the very least. Also, with Gibraltar, yeah, Gibraltar should be run by me, so that there's an extra point of production. Okay, we also arrive here at Nomios, once again an Google company planet, which is going to sell us just a whole bunch, or rather, we're going to sell them just a whole bunch of volatiles for quite a tidy profit, I might add. And no one ever seems to buy harvested organs anymore. I don't know what that's about. There used to be quite a demand, and that just isn't there in the game. I don't know who's providing them, but someone here, so one of these factions is just really pumping out organs. Oh, it's you. It's literally these assholes. So what? Oh, I see. They've got a cryo sanctum. Ah, interesting. And a cryo revival facility. Can I build a cryo sanctum? I would like to produce 8 units of harvested organs. Oh my god, look at that market cap. That's as much as food. Everybody's producing. What? What? That is just rude. Are we even on the list? No, we're not. We're not getting a slice of the pie here. What's a few harvested organs between friends? Am I right? Who needs their kidneys when you've got friends like these? Last administrator. Oh god, you're terrible. Thank you. Okay, perfect. You now work. Juno's important. Gobi's not that important, production-wise. Never mind. Gobi's very important production-wise. Gobi might be one of the ones where maybe we actually want to hire someone competent. For now, I'm going to take the L on one point here. Here. There we go. Just so that we can buff the income there a little bit. Gobi just hit, yeah. Gobi just hit size 5. That's amazing. That's amazing. What did we want to put here? I don't remember. Kalahari, you're at size 2. You're not even close to size 5. Because I'd like to put, similar industries here so that we can put in a centralization bureau in this system. This is a system that would really benefit from it. We can get that building now, I guess. This one could have commerce on it, to be honest, just for the boost. Because, I mean, 50% extra income is pretty good. Oh, we could also do another Mesozoic park, though. Someone did comment that it would be very funny if all of our habitable planets had Mesozoic parks in it. On them, brother. Oh, monthly upkeep of 16k. But we could slap a beta core on that to reduce it. It would just be so funny if we just had, if the Pratt Ascendancy just had dinosaurs everywhere. Okay, we are back home. We're going to dump everything here, and then I'm going to pick it all back up again, because it's time that we work out what we're doing next. As in, we need to improve our production across the board, really start ramping up the money. A big one here is going to be switching this over to the exploration package, because now we also produce fuel. Oh my god, that made us a lot of money. Hold on, wait a minute. Was that that can't just have been that, right? 40k more. Holy hell. Okay, if we find another exploration, oh dude, the exploration package, 186 grand a month. Okay, we're fine. Chris alone is going to manage the rest of our colonies. 7 stability only, huh? Recent unrest, that'll fade. Yeah, there you go. -1. It'll go away in a month. Oh, yes. Okay, you need something that builds more stability into you. That's important, I think. This would improve stability by 1, but it costs us 16 story points. That's not happening for obvious reasons. I'm also going to bring a VPC of each kind. So I want both of these running. Let's work out what we want here. We want more drugs being made, because we're going to spread these out around our different planets, I think. We definitely want the ship components being built wherever possible. We can use the plasma dynamo now. Did I build the centralization bureau? I did not. I built a way station. Okay, so we can't use the centralization bureau item just yet. This we can install in the mining on our gas giant. The corrupted nanoforge we can stick on Gibraltar. Yep, we can stick the corrupt. I thought I had 2 of those. Did I sell the other one? I probably sold the other one by mistake. That sounds like me. But as I was saying earlier, we are now able to generate actual combat ships in our patrols, which is just so good. As you can see, this is what the average patrol might look like. It's not like they won't all look like this. We can have some battle cruisers in there, man. The Nadmor D standard battle cruiser. This is pretty cool. It's like just, you know, it's low tech, it's heavy hitting, But we have capital ships now in our patrol fleets. This is really, really good. And that means our military fleets will have them too. But we need to go over and start improving our various systems ASAP. Alright, so Kalahari is going to have the relay hypertransmitter installed. This removes the military-based construction requirements for relays in the entire sector, meaning that we can now, once we upgrade this to high command, it means that we can then coordinate across the entire sector without having to build, like, outpost colonies, right? Also, we're going to change over this evac suit, the exosuit VPC, for the heavy conflict armament VPC. And we should see a lot more money coming in here. Why is that illegal? Oh, is gun trading illegal? Look at me, the firearms trade expert, wondering these things. It only makes us 1,000, and I think that's because we're going to need to make a free port out of this place. Yep. Okay. Kalahari, welcome to the free world. You are, welcome to democracy, baby. Okay, regrettably nothing to put in here. We do have a refining item, but it requires standalone station or no atmosphere to function, which kind of makes sense, I guess. So, yeah, that's just going to stay winning as it was. Okay, we're going to drop into Gibraltar here. There it is. There is Gibraltar. And we must also pick up the other one as well at some point. Actually, we might colonize that right now. But for starters, you are going to have an nanoforge. It's going to significantly improve your output. And also cost us a lot more money for some reason. Ow. Hold on. Manage the item. Did that lose us money for real? No, it made us a modicum more cash. Okay, fair enough. And we now produce supply, which, if it ever makes it out of the export here, is pretty good. And we're also going to want to produce ship components here, because that way we don't need to import them. And those make quite a bit of cash by the look of it. Very nice. Old industrial ruin structure, ancient laboratory. Yeah, we need to do those upgrades. Also, I'm going to make improvements here to improve accessibility by 20%. That seems wise. That seems very wise. In fact, I'm going to go through to each of these planets and I'm going to spend my story points, because like, what else are we going to use them for? Making ships better? Nah, we'll just dodge the bullets. If you can dodge a bullet, you can dodge a ball. Okay, next we want to go to the Stribog system, and we want to. Oh, actually, hold on. I want to make sure. Why aren't exports getting out of here? Are there still remnants in this system causing me trouble? There probably are. Also, should we just colonize this right now? 8th construct. No, we should not. No, we should not. And I'll tell you why. It's because there's no real benefit to it right now. At least not without a bit more. We need to deal with this damn station. I think that's what's blowing up all my ships. There are some friendly ships running around in here. Could do another big fight. I don't really want to risk it. Yeah, it's a missile station. Okay, we've taken those on before. I don't really want to risk it with all these valuable goods on us, though. So let's go hand these off, and then we'll do something else. And this planet is also colonizable. Yeah, this is a better candidate for colonization rather than that other one, because this has also got industrial ruins on it. But yeah, you need to die. Moving to engage. I don't think we've done any fighting today, have we? Oh, it's time to change that. I think I see why we don't do so much fighting anymore. It's because, I mean, remnants are scary, but they're not as scary as they used to be, that's for sure. And come on, pop him. Pop him like a bubble. There we go. Thank you. Like, it's just like an unending stream of ballistic fire. Like, the amount of DACA on this ship is obscene. And the hull modification it has built in that allows its regular guns to fire as, like, point defense weapons is just so cool. Which means we don't have to have any machine guns and crap. We could just cover the thing, which we have, in, like, armor-piercing assault cannons. And just shred. Okay, this is important. I killed a couple more of those stationary fleets, nothing interesting. But the big one here is we now have automated ships. Oh, baby. Oh, we could get a Radiant. Oh, this is going to be so cool. Okay, I've researched automated ships. This is so cool. Okay, everyone's going to hate us. We can't bring them with us around. We can't just go shopping with these things on us. But man, these things are fun to play with. Okay, so we can actually recover a Brilliant here. And I'd say, why the hell not? Let's pick it up. They're so cheap to run anyway. Let's pick up a Brilliant. Just for the hell of it. Okay, let's have a look at this thing. So we can kit this out now. We can give it an AI core as its primary fighter. We'll give it... I think I'm going to set it up pretty much as the AI would, typically. It's got a plasma cannon on it already, which is awesome. Let's give him a little bit of point defense here, I think, in the form of a heavy burst laser. What have we got here? A hybrid hardpointer. I don't want needlers. I think I'd rather have a pair of... These things have, like, insanely good base flux. Like, insanely good for their size. But this one's got unreliable subsystems, which is going to reduce that effectiveness quite a bit. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, no, it hasn't got any flux effectors. That's good. That's good. You know what? Don't put that on there. Put point defense laser on there. I think that makes more sense. A pair of point defense lasers. That sounds good. A synergy hardpoint. Give this thing some Reapers. Absolutely. We're at 900, 900. Can I give you safety overrides? I can. But it is quite an intense investment. And I think we should actually give you the shield conversion, just to give you a full 360 coverage and improve that. So right now this thing has 2 weapons, but it's able to support a lot more if we take off integrated targeting unit. I think I'd sacrifice range for firepower here. This thing's going to get in close anyway. It's got a decent top speed. Let's give you some real hard-hitting front ordnance. I don't really have all that much on me. I got 2 heavy blasters. I don't think there's a chance in hell it could handle it, but I mean, let's see if it works, right? Okay, and we'll put a bit into capacity, I guess, because there's no point putting that into vents. Just to give you an idea of how powerful this Odyssey is, I mean, I'm coming in here basically unescorted. We got 2 Eradicators, mostly just to draw fire. But you'll see, this Odyssey is going to be able to just absolutely smash these remnants without any trouble, even if I forget to put up the shields like I just did. And I really put a lot of it down to that missile system, man. It's just so ridiculously good. I haven't been able to find another one. I really want to. Because if I could get like a Conquest or something with a couple of these kitted up, oh baby, then we're off to the races. It's crazy how these Eradicators are just good like throughout the entire like early to mid game, even like early late game. You could just run Eradicators. They can handle it no problem. Because like this is a fairly mid game fight, but we can manage it. If I pick up both of these, what's my combat readiness on these ships like now? Because that is something to be aware of, right? The maximum, because the skill does have a cap. It is... Yeah, so we get maximum at 120 or less automated ship points. We're currently at 75. Okay. Okay, cool. So we... I see. So like there's a built-in penalty to automated ships where they have 0% combat readiness because you don't have crew. This offsets that, so we basically just move it to 0, and then the rest of your skills take over. So we still want something like crew training. Just to give an extra 9% there would be very nice. Alright, so this thing's only got a hazard rating of 125 anyway, because of those stellar shades. But we do actually have the option to terraform it. We could turn this barren, bombarded, lifeless world into something more interesting. Planet type change options. Let's turn this thing into a Terran world. You know, we already have a Terran world. What if we made it into a jungle world? It's already hot, it's already awful. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. Nice, we made 170k that month. And we actually repaired the degraded shields on one of our little kites. That's awesome. And our kites, what are they called? Wolves. I need to now build some variable assemblers. I've been sort of sitting here waiting for the money to come in to do this. Oh, and we're 2,000 shy to build another one. That's rude. But I want to build a variable assembler here so that we can install a VPC. Oh, we just got to let it run for a day so that it changes title. Just give that a day in game. And now we can manage the VPC. Okay. Must be present at colony to manage. And it's colony. Install VPC. Okay, so what do we want to make here? This is currently a farming world. I think it would be pretty cool. Pretty cool if we made... Marines? Ships? This system seems to have a bit of trouble exporting. Oh no, we got one out that month. Okay, so maybe because we dealt with the remnants in the area. I'm not sure. But if we switched it to a free port, and we install drugs here, that could make some real damn money. Yeah. The jungle drug world. It's perfect. It's the Amazon with extra steps. Oh, I mean, soon to be jungle drug world. Currently, barren, bombardless, lifeless drug world, which that does actually sound a lot like Nevada, in fairness. Okay, let's install some of our goodies here. I just fought some remnant fleets on the way in. Right off the bat, we're going to want to improve the mining by sticking a plasma dynamo in it. Increases volatile production by 3 units. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Making 10k right there. As this colony scales up, that's going to make a hell of a lot more money. We're definitely going to want a commerce here, I think. We're going to have to do some hazard pay just to keep I forget the money coming in. I think it's more important that this place actually functions. Could make it a free port. I don't know if the stability loss is worth it. Yeah, I'll probably have to just do it like that. And there you go. It adds a new effect to the thing. It's the sucking up the atmosphere. How cool is that, huh? Take a very long time for that to run out, I imagine. Big planet. Big planet. Big dreams. Yeah, you don't actually do anything yet. We have 150,000 credits. What do we want to do with 150? We probably build an industry here of some kind, right? What can we build for cheap? Could do some mining. Do some cheap tech mining. Could do domain archaeology. I don't think this one's going to produce enough. We lose domain error artifact production. I mean, that could be what you're for. I don't really see another value to you. I don't really know why I colonized this place in retrospect. But here it is. It was for the industrial ruins. That's right. I remember now. Tech mining isn't worth it. Mining's not worth it. It's got like no ore whatsoever. Anything I build here is just going to lose me money. So yeah, get some domain archaeology. No, build a variable assembler. At least you export something of value then. We do still have an industry slot. It's probably going to end up becoming a Mesozoic park. I'm going to level with you. And why don't you make Mesozoic park? I feel like you're going to probably want conflict package there, right? Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to let you do that as soon as it comes in. Also, did I not put the drugs on Nevada? I did put drugs on Nevada. Okay, great. Let's put these new ships to the test here. I'm interested to see how they perform against their own kind. We'll bring in one Eradicator just as a backup. I want to see if they could even survive. Again, they don't have any pilots. All of our other ships have very competent pilots at this point, which is also, you know, a big part of their success factor. But it'll be cool to see if these guys can manage a little of their own medicine, right? And by these guys, I mean the enemy AI. Let's see how they cope. Well, I suppose technically all enemy AI in Starsector is fighting, you know, its own AI because you use the same. It doesn't matter, okay? It's a very cool experiment, okay? I promise. Oh, they killed a Lumen. That's impressive. Not dampening, just while those big shots are coming in. Oh, that dampening effect. This Odyssey, this exact configuration, is genuinely a little broken. It's just, like, it just does so... Look how much firepower we output. I mean, sure, the Flux can't really keep up, but it doesn't need to. It kills everything before it has to worry. This is not able to go toe-to-toe with, like, a properly equipped capital ship. That's sort of where it falls short. But, I mean, it's not the purpose it's designed for. That's what we got the Paragon and the various Eradicators for. We're sort of going with more of like a swarm tactic. I mean, that's fine, right? If you're wondering what I've been doing in between jump cuts, I've just been going around these systems and killing all the remnants who are blockading my fringe jump points. As I have a feeling that the merchant ships are landing and then sort of getting into fights and losing. Oh, sorry, they're landing in system, or arriving in system, rather. I don't think they land, per se. I'm getting lost in the source here. The merchant ships arrive, and I think they're picking fights that they're losing. And that's why we're not getting some of our shipments out. So I'm just going to clear the ports, as it were, and see what we get out of it. It does mean we lose a bit of free defense for invading fleets, but I think I'll take that over, you know, over the income loss that we're experiencing. Like, because once we get every single one of our colonies profitable, we can then start scaling up our empire significantly, because we can fund the new colonies with the old ones. That's the only way to really do it in Starsector. You need an industrial base. Or alternatively, you go the other direction and you just never colonize. Because that way you never have to really spend any money to upkeep them. And you just sort of keep doing missions and stuff. That's a complete, like a nomadic Starsector playstyle is completely viable. And I think that's why this game works so well, is because there's no right way to play at all. There are no wrong ways to play either. Like, you can just do whatever the hell you want. If you're having fun, then the game's doing what it's supposed to do, right? But if you want to quote-unquote win in a sandbox game, you gotta set your own goals and then work out the best way for you to get to them. Or at least the way that makes the most sense to you. Alright, we got some level ups there. Depoyo has gained... Oh, no, excuse you. Depoyo has gained one. We should probably put on you guys in the Eradicators, to be completely honest with you, to to get them leveling. But it's okay. I mean, they'll level when they level, right? Combat endurance, for sure. Such a good skill. That extra 60 seconds of combat time. Really, really helpful with these Eradicators. They don't last too long, unfortunately. I don't like any of this for you. I guess missile specialization is the least bad. Yeah, like point defense isn't that important. Holy shit, there's an astral carrier in this system. I don't know how we missed that, but that literally solves the exact problem everyone was mentioning to me, is that we need a carrier. Oh, baby. It's a capital class one, too. Oh, baby, that's cool. Okay, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. I need 3,000 more credits, so I'm just going to blow up some more remnants until we get it. Okay, we are back home at the month end. We've just made a ton of money, and we've got some pirates to deal with. There's a bunch of pirate raids, but we'll have to deal with that in the next episode, unfortunately. Or maybe even just in between it. The pirate raids are not that important. I think what we're gonna... Oh, no, don't do that. I think what we're going to do here is pick up all of our fuel and supplies. Thank you very kindly. And also, I don't need this much, do I? I don't need to sell it on the open market either. I think I'd like to dump, like... Well, we need to start stockpiling the stuff to repair those other things. I'll carry. Sure, take an extra fuel. But I was going to say I'll carry an extra one of these. Now, what I want to do is, before we end this episode, I want to build something very special at Chris. I want to build a courier port. This thing right over here. We're going to build that. The courier port is very, very cool. The courier port allows us... And we have to assign an AI core to make this thing work. But the courier port allows us to move all of the goods that we've been producing at all the various variable assemblers, and there are a lot of them. It allows us to move them into Chris's inventory, so we don't have to manually go fetch it every month, which can mean that we get like a pretty insane stockpile going. Like, it's a little crazy. Like, if you have a look over here, if we go to... Do I really have to be there for this? Oh, we can make even more money by making this a free port. Anyway, I'm getting a little distracted. Chris is also about to hit colony size 5, which is going... Oh, is it already a 5? No, it's already 5. It's going to hit size 6, which is the largest. I've capped it, because otherwise the game gets really chuggy. At size 6, we can add another industry, and then this planet will be fully developed at that point. We can still get an item to improve our farming, which is going to be amazing. I might get organics, to be honest. What's the market cap on organics? It's not that high. And mining's not really worth building here then, I guess. Okay, there we go. We have built the courier port at Chris, meaning that we now have a... Oh, oopsie, minimized the game. Meaning that we now have a pretty sizable amount of stuff to do. Hold on. What the hell is going on here? There we go. Ditch it all. Ditch it all. Perfect. So, the way the courier port works is really interesting. It needs an AI core to function, which is really important. So what we're going to do, we want to access the shipping menu at comm relays. That's good. Probably gonna slap a beta core on this. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is really gonna piss off the Luddic path if they figure it out. But we're not too AI heavy yet. We might be able to get away with it. Maybe. Either way, the courier port here is going to do several really cool things for us. Actually, hold on. Does this also give the gamma core benefit? Because I think I'd rather prefer that. No, I think I'd rather prefer that. Being able to access the list. It's also going to, draw even less suspicion. But I think I'd rather be able to access the courier list from the comm relay. That makes sense to me. Okay. So, we want to go to the shipping port. We want to make a new contract. And we want to say, contract name. This is going to be import. Right? We're going to do this once every month. I'm going to do it every 14 days. That's fine. We're going to pick it up from... Oh, God. Here we go. We're going to pick this up from... Let's start with Tanami. Confirm. I want you to take it to... P. Rampusa. Again. Horrendous name. And we're going to take all cargo. Just everything in that system. Bring it here. Right? And so what will happen is this will scale it with the cost. So there's not that much right now in Tanami. So we'll call this Tanami input, I suppose. Keep track of what's going on. There's not that much currently stored at Tanami. So we will Tanami import. There we go. And we'll be able to bring everything here. We'll do that once a month. So basically anything that's dropped off gets brought in. Okay, that's the idea. So I'm going to set up a whole bunch of contracts. And I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, perfect. There we go. This is going to be quite expensive the first time round, as we're going to have to move a lot of stuff, but as we continue, it'll get cheaper. The second month will tell us how much it's really going to cost us to run that. There we go. We have cargo shipping set up, which means that everything we have... so now basically what that means is if we want to drop off like a whole bunch of equipment and stuff, we don't have to fly back to Chris. We can drop it off at any of our settled worlds that's on this courier network, which is currently all the ones we've got, and it will bring everything here for us over time, which means we don't have to like go look for it. We just know we just come here and boom, we got everything we need. Also, give me more crew members. Always give me more crew members. Yes. Because we're going to go bounty hunting in the next one, I think. We need to make some real goddamn money so we can get all these planets fully upgraded and improved, and then the war begins. I also need to work out what I'm going to kit this thing out with. So I will pick a... I mean, we got to try the Myrmidon Heavy Bomber, right? Someone did suggest that like a swarm of fighters would probably be the best way for us to do it. But I'm thinking maybe a swarm of bombers. Yeah, just like a hard-hitting group of just like an absolute nemesis. Oh yeah, maybe that's the play. Don't have very many bombers. I want some Atroposes. That's the way. Maybe it's time to produce some. Do I have the blueprint? Let's have a quick look before we get going. Custom production, fighters... do it by name, please. I do not have the Atropos blueprint. Okay, cool. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. That would be very nice. Okay, there we go. Finally set up, ready to end here, I think. We are going to be going... It's pretty much set up as like a giant beam ship with some missile support. This is going to be flown by the AI for certain. Ideally someone with a fairly steady composition. Got a knack for energy weapons and also missile bonus. You know what? I might just go with... sorry, on my Paragon. You would have been ideal, to be honest with you. Let's go with some... Honestly, anyone with the missile bonus will do here. Who's currently flying these ships? No one of importance. Of course, they're not... point defense is probably a good idea. Let's get you going. We'll get the missile bonus in the future. Yeah, there we go. Badass Beast, you're piloting the capital ship for now, buddy. Okay, that'll do the trick. Nice hat. Very nice hat. That's gonna be it, though, I think. It's kind of like a... we just got a bunch of drones, just to keep the crew losses down. Because it's getting a little expensive to keep replacing all these fighters. And these things are pretty good. Let's run a simulation with this, because people have been asking me to see what that looks like. So basically, you just click the button, and then you pick somebody you want to fight. Let's go up against a battle carrier. Let's see how we do. I'm interested. I'm very... And I suppose we want the AI to pilot this, so let's let the AI pilot this. Am I in charge? Okay, no, I'm not in charge. This is Badass Beast is currently running the show here. And let's see how the AI handles the fight. See, those fighter drones, they do quite a bit of damage, man. We're already shredding through that back armor. And this thing's pretty well armored. And yeah, those beebs are able to just sort of force them to keep their shields up, keep that flux coming in from their side, while the fighters go in and do the hits. Now, of course, this is not meant to be a frontline ship. This is meant to be able to ideally hold its own, if necessary, and let the fighters kind of go forward and fight for us. That's the plan, anyway. The point of the loadout here is really just to keep the enemy at a distance, while the fighter drones continue to harass them. Now, they're not doing quite as much damage as I would have liked. But I'm willing to give them a shot in combat, mostly just because like it means we don't have to worry about crew recovery shuttles or any of that sort of stuff. We can pretty much just, send the drones out and forget about them. If they die, who cares? We just build more. And they've got pretty decent little shield generators too. Yeah, that worked. That worked. I'm happy with that. If we find some Atropos, bombers, I'll probably swap them out for this Lycosid thing. This Myrmidon heavy bomber is not the best, I'll be honest with you. Single ship fighter fleets are never very good because they tend to get overwhelmed by point defense almost immediately. We could also just go like a full Spark Swarm, but I think it's a waste of this ship. No, I think if we're going to carry this thing around, we want it to do some decent damage. And these do decent damage. The Light Plasma Bolter is actually not bad. Anyway, guys, that's all we have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed the Starsector session we managed to put together. I will be heading over to Tormund shortly, so that we can pick up a pirate contact and hopefully figure out who the hell is harassing us over there. That would be very nice. And I'm probably going to deal with the pirates off camera, and I'll probably do some bounties and make some money off camera as well. And then we'll come back when we're in a position where either we're going to start the conquests or we're one episode away from starting the conquests. Either way, I will see you all in the next one. Cheers. And of course, a huge thank you to our channel members and patrons for this month: Kelly Ananas, Call Me Bo 82, Old Man Tater, Frickin' Friendly Beaver, Knee Cruncher, Riley David, Badass Beast, Rivo, Charlie Weber, Mermix, Officer C4, Not K Arthur, Adachi Fanboy, Couch Potato, Rob, LCG Canyon Zahar, Jack Smallman, Cut Beef, Go Ham, I'm Alpha, The Senate, Richard Berry, Ragnar Skullcrew, Depoyo 44, Eve Roxanne, Raija King, Mel Roman, Deep to Fried Sam, Jan the Pan, not sure about that one, and Pratham Parush. You guys all rock.